Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the channel. Today we're talking about this IEM called Tangzu Wan'er 2. It costs 20 bucks, but I have the Jade version, which is like $5 more, give or take. And I think I would rather pay $5 more to get this version, but I will talk about it later in the box thingy. But yeah, before I want to start the review, I wanted to explain why I wanted to start the review from starting with this IEM. The reason I started making review, or well, this is the first one for IEM, is that I was so impressed on how these sound for 20 bucks, which is insane. And these IEMs are the start of my rabbit hole journey in terms of IEM. I stopped looking for a new IEMs ever since like 2016. Like I said on the previous video, it was this IEM and the BTR11, which I made it on last episode, last video. So if you're interested in that product, click like and subscribe and watch the video next after this video. Okay, before we talk about what's in the box, can we appreciate how this thing looks? It's so nice. For $25, it's insane. Like the box is big compared to Gate. It's like double the size. And and if you buy the original, I think the original is similar size to this. So yeah, this is the comparison to the original or the base version. I don't have it. I don't think it's worth it to buy another set. Well, it depends if you need what's in the box, but we talk about that later. But yeah, this box feels like it comes from a $50 IM, like $50 to $100 range. So if you have $5 more, I would recommend getting these because it has more accessories too. But let's talk about that. What's in the box? So it comes with this cloth thingy artwork. It also looks nice. I think in the base version you get like a paper thingy. I will put it in the video. And the other one is the ear tips. In the more expensive version, you get the widebore version of the Sankai ear tips, which you can see in the box. There it is. You can see it. It has Sankai tips included for 20 bucks. These cost like a $10. So you're pretty much like paying 10 bucks for an IEM. And this is their other normal ear tips, like your casual basic ones. But seriously, these ear tips are really great. Like, if I really need an ear tip and a decent cable, like this one, I would buy those. But yeah, the other included one is this pouch. It's okay. It's serviceable. It doesn't protect it, but it would stop the scratches at least. Now lastly, obviously, the IEM itself. In terms of cable, it's okay, it's decent, but I don't like the like the Y part of the cable, which it tangles so much easier. But the first half is really nice. It's really good. It's just the bad part is this one. So, but it's not the worst kind of thing. The worst cable that I can think of is the Salnotes 0. Those cables are really bad. If you're buying Salnote 0, I would recommend changing them, like right now, which right now it uses the Gates cable. In terms of cable, Georgia Gates are the best. They feel so nice. They look shiny. It just feels so much better. These cables should be used in more expensive cables. But yeah, that's for the future video. Moving on to the thing. In terms of fit and comfort, I think this gonna be really hard to recommend for small size ear uh for small size eared people. They're kind of chunky. They're like big nugget. In my ears, since I have a slightly bigger uh ear size, like I use a medium on the left and large on the right side. That's how I use my ear tips. So they're fine in my ears. But in terms of small size ears, it might be a little bit too big. But in my ears, they're comfortable. If you have normal size ears, they should be fine. Oh, I wanted to add that the value proposition on these is insane. Like once again, I want to say it. I want to make a big point why these are the great starter IEM. Is that you get decent ear tips that cost $10, so you're just pretty much paying for the IEM and a decent cable for $10. And if you also need a good cable, you can buy I think it has USB-C version, a 4.4 version, and the normal 3.5. So if you need a new cable and you also want to try the Sankai ear tips, you're pretty much just paying like $5 for the IEM, and you get a $5, like around $5 price of a cable and the $10 ear tips. So this is steal. This is insane value. And a reminder, this cable is a 2.2. The original Wan'er one uses a different kind of uh, pins. I think it was QDC or whatever, but I don't remember. But these uses the standard 2-pin cable that everyone uses. So this is great value. Okay, let's talk about the sound, and we start with the bass. The bass on these are just slightly boosted, just tiny bit, but they still sound balanced. It doesn't overwhelm the music. I would rather want it to be a little bit more punchy. I think that they're a little bit less controlled in my preference. And obviously, the reason you buy these IM is the mids, the female vocal. Female vocal on this is so good. It has that special sauce. It just it just sings. You just listen to like a female focused music. No, there's no competition that I in the $20 range that would compete with these in terms of vocals. I would say though, the male vocals on these are not that great, especially actually no. The male vocals on these just becomes in the neutral range, just in the not in the vocal forward way of the female special sauce that these IEMs have. But they still sound good on the male side, but with a small caveat of a lower pitch male vocal, like a deeper sound male vocal. I think it will become a B-shaped kind of sound of IEM when I listen to a like deeper sounding guy. So I wouldn't recommend these IEM if you listen to those kind of voices, where like an old 80s deep voice. I don't think they sound that great, but they still sound fine. It just becomes a B-shaped kind of sounding IEM. In terms of treble though, a little bit emphasis to complement the female vocal, but they're still smooth. Like they're forward but still smooth enough that it doesn't sound shouty, it doesn't sound aggressive enough. It just smooth, just a little bit forwardness to comfort to complement the female vocals. That's why the female vocals on these sound absolute the best. Like listening to Ado or like other Japanese J-pop, which I'm only listen to J-pop music. These sound so great in terms of J-pop songs. Okay, let's compare to the other similar price IEM that has same sound. This is Sound Notes. Okay, this is. Can you focus? Hey. Okay, this is Sound Notes 02. It uses a different cable because the cable on these are hot garbage. I would recommend you buying new cables if you buy these, because those needs to be in the trash can. But how do they sound? These sound warm, just warm with too much mid bass emphasis, which I don't like. But once you get used to these are great for like wearing them long hours for listening if you get used to the mid bass. But in terms of these, in terms of which one I would pick this most of the time because of the special sauce that they have. Even though these are less technical, it has less technicality compared to these. These are more resolving compared to these, but man, the special sauce on these is just hard to like compete. But how about the other IEMs that's similar in terms of build or like accessories, which is interesting enough, they're like the exact opposite of each other in terms of tuning. This is uh Truth Ear Gate. Truth Ear Gate. It has the best cable in a $20 IEM. I feel like these cables are my favorite. I prefer these cable than the more expensive ones like Hell Hexa, not Hella Hexa. I've been playing Marvel so much, but Hexas the no actually yeah Hexas. I would rather use these cable than Hexas. That's how good they are. It also comes with a pouch, similar pouch that also open like this. In terms of a instead of a plastic, it's I think it's fake leather. I don't think they use a real leather. They also don't have a good ear tips. So if you just want better cable and you don't need anything else, it has similar similar pouches, similar pouch. So if you just really want a really good cable, I would recommend these. But these are brighter sounding, where it doesn't have the special vocal sauce. It just B-shaped, bright sounding IEM, exactly opposite of these. Funnily enough, even the vocal is kind of opposite, but not really. They're in the neutral range in the vocal. So yeah, if you need a warmer sounding vocal special sauce, get these. If you want better cables and you like brighter sounding IM, get the 30 gates. So all in all, these are great starter IM. I would recommend getting these, even the expensive version, as your very first IEM because of the wide bore ear tips and the pouch, just for $5 extra. The normal version comes with the balanced Sankai ear tips. I think they're also somewhat wide bore, but it, I don't know. I don't know the difference, but they're called balanced. But these are their wide bore version. So in just $25, you get a pouch, a decent cable. This is whatever, but it might be a plus. It's a cloth that you can wipe your tears for your wallet. Like, the reason I keep saying that they're the great starter IEM because you can do tip rolling. I think tip rolling is a essential part of an IEM journey. Because IEMs, if you don't have decent ear tips that you could use to seal your ears, then you would hate the IEM. Because if you don't have a good seal on the IEMs, they would sound tinny. They sound less kind of boomy. You don't have the punchier bass and whatnot. And also, because these are wide bore, it also kind of changed the sound differently a little bit, just a little bit. It also explained that the ear tips are not everything either, because even though they change the sound, it doesn't fix the sound if you don't like the IEMs in the first place. The ear tips just makes the IEM just a little bit more controlled. So, for example, if you didn't like the bass, like they have just a small amount of bass and you want a more bass, you will get the narrow bore. Unfortunately, these doesn't come with a narrow bore, but let's just say that the treble on these are kind of lacking, and you use the wide bore version, it gives them like 2% more. That a rough estimate, like 2% more treble with less bass, like 2% less bass. Because it's really hard to explain what tip rolling feels like, and these will just explain how tip rolling works. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Click like and subscribe. I cannot get used to saying this. Okay, click like and subscribe for our next review so that you will catch them. It will be the Truth Ear Gates. These are my preferred. Like a small spoiler, these are my preferred, but I still use these quite more. But yeah, leave a thumbs up, and click subscribe, and see you on the next video. See ya, guys. Bye bye.